was inside. Cleopatra Murphy leads us off here at 11 with a recap from the emotionally charged scene.
With the stench of death in the air, yards away, the wails of grief from the family of missing 7 months pregnant Lauren Saunders pierced the air as police discovered the partially decomposed body of a woman in bushes off Munnings Road around 8 a.m. Wednesday. After the body was taken away, Assistant Commissioner of Police Earl Thompson shared that police were acting on information when they made the find.
At this time, she's not able to be identified, and likewise, we could not determine age. What we can say, though, is that based on investigations into the recent missing person, that investigation led us to this area where the body was found.
Saunders, a 30-year-old mother of 2, went missing Sunday after she reportedly left work to meet the father of her unborn child. Thompson confirmed police believe the death is the result of foul play, but due to the state of decomposition, could not say how or when she died. Despite no confirmation, grief-stricken, Saunders' family member had to be taken away by ambulance after fainting. A cousin and aunt on the scene were also broken up, sharing that they searched the Gladstone Road area until after 10 Tuesday night and were alerted to the gruesome find through social media.
Right now it's heartbreaking to us all.
The police must have let us go further than right up in this area. And then they called us this morning, at least on Facebook we saw that they found the body of a young lady. They didn't say whether it was my niece or not.
After a few people send me a few messages on Facebook and WhatsApp, I came and that's how I got to confirm it.
On the scene was Lauren's church family, who say she and her children were in church on Thursday, where she asked that they cover her in prayer.
And I say, Amen. The Lord say to tell you, fret not and don't worry concerning man, because he is the father of your child.
Amen.
And the Lord said, because you didn't abort the baby, he is pleased with you. And you can ask of him, whatever it is.
We're going to have the faith that justice will prevail.
While police stopped short of confirming the deceased as Lauren Saunders, they say a man who was assisting them with that investigation is in custody. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Cleopatra Murphy.
Great reporting there from our Cleopatra Murphy. The news that the body of the pregnant mother of 2 was found also reaching the halls of Parliament this morning. During today's proceedings, Prime Minister, the Honourable Philip Davis, called for a moment of silence in memory of the mother. He assured her family members that justice in this case will be done.
I don't know whether the police has published the identification, so I've refrained from calling any name or using a name. But I just want to let the family know of that lady who we gather may have been pregnant, that our heart goes out to them, and to let them know that we will keep them in our prayers. And no doubt we would ensure and seek to ensure that justice is done in the instant case.
Meantime, National Security Minister, the Honourable Wayne Munro, defending the Royal Bahamas Police Force's search for Lauren Saunders. Reports surfacing that her family claimed police blocked the search in the area where the body was found. Minister Munro's statement verifying that a missing persons flyer was issued on Sunday after she was reported missing. He maintains officers began reaching out to relatives, friends, and the public for information, and by Monday, a person of interest had been taken into custody while searches continued in western New Providence. Minister Munro then notes that the operation expanded on Tuesday with 69 officers supported by drones and canine units searching through bushes, ponds, and coastal areas, in some places wading waist deep in water to follow possible leads. The National Security Minister maintains he received continuous updates from the Commissioner of Police on the investigation. His statement concluded that the officer's work led investigators to Munnings Road this morning, where the discovery was made. Minister Munro thanked the Royal Bahamas Police Force and the public for supporting the family during these difficult days, while expressing condolences to the Saunders family on their loss. Well, now to tonight's other big story. After some speculation, a date's been set for the by-election in the Golden Isles constituency. The Minister of National Security, the Honourable Wayne Munro, they're making the announcement in the House of Assembly this morning, paving the way for its thousands of residents to cast their ballot for a new Member of Parliament. Fern Carey takes it from here.
Golden Isles voters will be heading to the polls in just a matter of weeks. And after much speculation, a by-election will be held next month to fill the seat left vacant in the Golden Isles constituency following the death of area MP, the late Environment Minister Vaughan Miller. Minister with responsibility for the Parliamentary Registration Department, the Honourable Wayne Munro, made the announcement in Parliament.
I would wish to advise this Honourable House that the Parliamentary Commissioner has received notice of a writ of election to fill the seat left vacant by the death of our colleague, the member for Golden Isles. That by-election to be held the 24th of November 2025, Monday the 24th of November 2025. The Parliamentary Commissioner will be issuing a full statement in the course of the day.
The governing party has selected Senator Darren Pickstock as its candidate for the Golden Isles constituency. It is unclear at this time whether or not the Free National Movement will contest the by-election, as FNM leader Michael Pinthard has suggested that the government should call a general election instead. The FNM had previously ratified Brian Brown as its standard-bearer in the Golden Isles constituency. The Coalition of Independents has also selected Brian Roll as their candidate for Golden Isles. The Davis administration held another by-election in Grand Bahama back on November 22, 2023, triggered by the sudden death of West End and Bimini MP Obi Wishcombe. Meantime, preparations will now begin in earnest for the upcoming by-election. Nomination day is set for Friday, October 31st, between the hours of 9 to noon at the Anatole Rogers High School. Registration of voters for the Golden Isles constituency is also now closed for new voter registration and transfers. So far, there are close to 8,000 registered voters in the Golden Isles constituency. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
Well, now that the Golden Isles by-election date has been announced, Parliamentary Registration Department officials will be very busy. Parliamentary Commissioner Harrison Thompson indicating in an earlier newscast that by-election logistical information will be released later this week, and that his team will begin preparing for that October 31st by-election nomination day. He also assures that the 3 voter registration pop-up sites in Golden Isles this past weekend yielded successful results.
We had about nearly 200 new registrants, and we had about nearly 100 transfers. So it has been very active over the last few days. We're looking at about 7,700 to 7,800, somewhere in that range. We're still tallying right now to make sure we have the correct numbers.
Prime Minister the Honourable Philip Davis opening debate in the House of Assembly Wednesday on a resolution to move $17 million to the Disaster Emergency Fund. The Kent Island St. Salvador and Rumkey Member of Parliament noted that the country's disaster preparations must be proactive in this era of stronger and more destructive storms. He says the significant damage Hurricane Dorian caused in the Bahamas back in 2019. His comments come as a tropical storm, Melissa, is forecast to become a hurricane and a potential threat to the Bahamas.
It must be sustained, and it must also be robust enough to account for the threats we face. The resolution before this House today seeks to ensure that when disasters strike, our government has the financial capacity to respond swiftly, effectively, and equitably.
Mr. Davis says putting financial protections in place is pivotal so that the mitigation and response capacity in times of disaster do not come at the expense of other government priorities. He cited figures from the Ministry of Finance's Disaster Risk Management Strategy in consultation with the Disaster Risk Management Authority and supported by the Inter-American Development Bank.
Potential losses of up to $700 million from major hurricane and flood events. $700 million, Madam Speaker. That is the scale of damage the government must be prepared to face from a disaster. And of course, it could go even further because Dorian was $3.4 billion. In response, Madam Speaker, the strategy recommends a layered approach, a blend of investments, insurance, and reserves to diversify risk and reduce fiscal pressure.
When we come back, Bahamian human rights policies addressed in Europe. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight at 11. That story, the day's other news, when we come back.
There are some things that are undeniably Bahamian. A good count salad, junkanoo, the way we worship, the way we take care of one another, all undeniably Bahamian. And right in the midst of our iconic things, places, and people is Commonwealth Bank. Increasing access, sponsoring dreams, working alongside Bahamians to increase the quality of their lives for more than 60 years. Commonwealth Bank, nothing more than being Bahamian. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Continuing here this Wednesday night, Labor and Public Service Minister, the Honorable Pia Glover Rule, calling for the renewal of multilateralism, humanitarian solidarity, and climate justice at the 151st Assembly of the Interparliamentary Union in Geneva, Switzerland. During her address this morning, Minister Glover Rule listed the country's measures to reinforcing humanitarian and human rights frameworks.
In March of this year, the Bahamas established the first parliamentary human rights committee, ensuring oversight of rights protection and aligning with international standards, including in emergencies. We've also established the Disaster Risk Management Authority through comprehensive legislation providing for comprehensive mitigation, preparation, response, and recovery, including the development of national humanitarian assistance standards. Our National Youth Guard is also training young Bahamians to assist in disaster preparedness and relief. Internationally, the Bahamas also contributes within our capacity to the International Committee of the Red Cross, reaffirming our commitment to global humanitarian principles and action.
Minister with responsibility for the Water and Sewerage Corporation, the Honorable Leon Lundy, is leading a delegation in San Pedro, Belize, attending the 34th Annual Caribbean Water and Wastewater Association Conference and Exhibition. The conference brings together regional leaders in the water and sanitation sector to share experiences and strategies aimed at building stronger, more climate-resilient utilities that are efficient and financially sustainable. State Minister Lundy will engage with international financing partners and non-governmental organizations to explore increased funding options for sector projects and human capital development initiatives in the Bahamas.
Provides an important platform for collaboration and knowledge sharing across the region. As small island developing states, our challenges are often similar, but so too are our opportunities to innovate and adapt. By working together, we can build water systems that are not only resilient to climate change, but also deliver reliable, high-quality service to our people.
With no ophthalmologist currently serving in the public healthcare system, officials at the Ministry of Health and Wellness and the Public Hospitals Authority are taking steps to change that through a new collaboration with the Rwanda International Institute of Ophthalmology. The agreement, which will be formalized through the signing of a Memorandum of Understanding, is expected to fund Bahamian doctors pursuing specialized eye care training. Health Minister, the Honorable Dr. Michael Darville, revealing that 2 Bahamians are already enrolled in the program.
Because of the shortages, the Ministry of Health and the PHA, in our collaborative effort, will provide the essential in-service awards for students to be a part of this program. And once that's established, we will develop closer working relationship with the Ophthalmology Institute in Rwanda to help us to develop other additional programs in the Bahamas.
The partnership will also focus on research to identify those most in need of vision care where they live and the causes of preventable blindness. RIO's Professor of Ophthalmology, Dr. Kiku Ma Then Gay, noted that up to 80% of blindness cases can be treated or prevented with proper care. Rwanda, the first low-income country to provide universal eye care, has earned international recognition for its Ophthalmology Institute, the first in Africa and third globally to receive international accreditation.
We offer Rio as a place where you can send as many Bahamians as you need. What I've seen in many African countries is the same situation you have now, where at the beginning everybody is in the private sector. But keep training, and the private sector will fill itself. And naturally, people will slip into the public sector.
The 2025 National Cultural Awards is all set for this Saturday at the Atlantis Paradise Island Resort. It's a partnership between the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture and the Cultural Commission. The event will recognize Bahamians in music, dance, theater, visual arts, literature and creative expression. Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Bolag, hints that this year's recipients include a number of iconic music groups.
T-Connection and Bahamas are some of those who are going to be recognized and honored. And so we want to invite the entire nation to come out and enjoy some of that sweet old rake and scrape and good music from our Bahamian artists that will, showcase that talent. I think over the years we have lost the touch of having local artists performing as they used to do back in the hotels and various clubs. But what we want to do, that is the reason why even, and you look at the festivals that will be coming in Junkanoo, we're going to be having some of them involved also, so that the Bahamian could remember that, sweet old rake and scrape and gombe music, or whatever they want to call it, calypso music, that will, remind us of from where we came and where we are going.
This year's theme is Paradise in the Islands, and according to the Bahamas Cultural Commission chairperson, Carolyn Vogue Evans, this year's cultural showcase promises to be a one-of-a-kind event.
We have tributes, verbal tributes, by persons who are known in this country. And in between those tributes, we have dance tributes, which are going to be epic itself, of course, because I'm choreographing, right? So in between that, we have Arrowstore and the Spank Band. And you know that everybody has the Arrowstore sound. And so we're going to invite audiences in between the acts. You can get up and shake a leg because, Lone Rake and Scrape. This event motivates and bring back hope for what is to come, to say, we care about you and we appreciate you. And this award show shows that. And it is the beginning of what I hope a great future in entertainment and culture.
Up next from us, Bahamian NBA stars Buddy Hield and DeAndre Ayton face off on the hardwood last night. We'll have that story and much more when the Bahamas Tonight at 11 turns to sports next.
Wait, where you grabbing all these pizzas, boy?
Wait, Marcos, wait. We have a special on all the large one-topping pizzas, wait.
Pineapple.
All.
Barbecue.
All. Wait, VAT included, but.
I need the $10 special plate.
How many would you like?
20 in it. Thank you so much, man. $10, that's it. The Marcos got that deal, boy.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas: Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Good evening and welcome to Sports on this Wednesday. I'm Charles Fisher. Gremlins are the new Providence Softball Association men's champ, completed the season series sweep with a 15-11 win last night over the Renegades at the Bankers Blue Hills Field. And with their backs already against the wall, down 3-0. Renegades came out not wanting to play, making errors like this. And the Gremlins came out hitting and took advantage of every opportunity. Pitcher Dion White was on top of his game. Congratulations going out to the Gremlins on a well-played season. As for the ladies, for the second game in a row, the Ballers couldn't get much runs across the plate, only able to muster 4, and that's not enough to beat the defending champs, the Sunshine or the Wildcats, who took a 3-1 series lead with an 11-4 win. And come Thursday with the win, they can join the Gremlins as champs. We continue our conversation this evening with former track and field star Christopher Brown, who is encouraging Bahamians to don't panic or lose hope in our athletes despite not medaling at the recent World Track and Field Championships in Tokyo.
For right now, we go through a rebuilding stage. Every country normally go through a rebuilding stage. You hate to get rid of the veterans that set the tune, but at some point in time, they all have to move off the stage. The young ones just have to come behind and be ready to grab the baton and run with it. We talk a lot, but we don't put the action where it needs to be. And I think it's time now for us to be able to put the action instead of just talking about it, and just be able to give the full support and just be able to encourage our Bahamian athletes to press forward and believe in themselves. You know, a little encouragement goes a long way. And I think that once that's done and in place, along with some resources of being able to have some proper funding for kids, I think that'll be able to go a long way as well, because you can't just train all day and expect that you produce world-class athletes when the funding is not there. So I think the funding is very important for the sport and for our athletes to benefit from. And I look forward to seeing what we can do and how well we can put together something well to perform on the global level again.
The focus now on 2028 Olympics and should not just be on track and field.
Injuries can hinder a lot of our performances, and that's where we lose a lot of our athletes from, because people don't see the work that goes on behind the scene, but they just see the finished product. So I don't want to name names and jinx anyone. So again, I just hope that we have more than just track athletes at the Olympic Games. You know, there's other sports that we can participate in. So I love to see all of the events and all of the sports have some type of representation, not just track and field. So going forward, we have to build the foundation of different events, key events, you know, events that people don't really see Bahamians in. I think that'll be very encouraging for the next generation of athletes.
With a start on tip-off night of the NBA for Bahamians fans, Buddy Hield and the Golden State Warriors traveling to face the new addition DeAndre Ayton and the Los Angeles Lakers. Buddy and the Warriors came out shooting, led by as many as 6 after 1, then pushed that lead to 2 at the half. Third quarter, boys put the Lakers all out of it. They put them to bed, 119-104. Buddy logging 22 minutes off the bench, finished with 17 points, connected on 5 3-pointers, was 6 for 11 from the field, 1 rebound and 1 steal.
Being myself, actually, you know, you can't be like those guys. You just know that, I mean, you come into a place like this, you know, you can't be the head honcho, you know, right? Who's ready to head honcho? You just got to be yourself and find your way and be a sponge too. Learn from those guys, because what they've done in the past 10 years is phenomenal. You know, it's this league and everybody been watching them, and all I can do is be a sponge and learn. And when I'm in the court, just learn my spots. And every day I'm learning something different, and just be that guy to help them get to the next championship. Be the elite sport face I need to be. And when opportunities come, just be efficient and try to be successful in those moments.
Eden missing out on a double-double with 10 points and 6 rebounds on an efficient 5 for 7 shots from the field, and those chemistry will take time.
I'm excited about all of that, because at the same time, I feel like our defense and all, you know, I'm seeing guys step up, you know, play a lot of defense and, you know, get stops. And yeah, it's an emotional game, but today we still stuck together, and we didn't break. And I like that we kept togetherness as the vocal point.
That's going to do it for sports on this Wednesday. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
For every shape-up, after-school activity, unplanned home repair, and other day-to-day spending, there's SandDollar. SandDollar is a convenient way to send and receive money instantly. SandDollar is easy to use. It's safe and secure. Just like physical cash, SandDollar is issued by the Central Bank of the Bahamas. And best of all, there are no fees for individuals to send or receive funds. Download a SandDollar-enabled digital wallet and enjoy the benefits of the digital Bahamian dollar. Spend it locally. Transfer it to and from a local bank account, or convert it to and from physical cash. Learn more at www.sanddollar.bs.
tough, but Wendy's got you covered. Grab a day single or chicken sandwich with a junior fries and 16-ounce beverage for just $6.95. Why choose less from the other guys when you can get more? At Wendy's, we're providing bigger bites and better deals. So purchase your Tings Tough Value Meal today. Now available at all locations, excluding the airport and food truck.
Basil continues to monitor the latest movements of that system out there for us, so let's check in with him right now for the latest on that and the rest of our forecast. Good evening, Basil.
Good evening, Caldwell. In the tropics, we continue to monitor Tropical Storm Melissa, packing winds at 50 miles per hour and crawling very slowly towards the west-northwest at about 2 miles per hour, but we expect it to approach Jamaica sometime on Friday of this week, and at that point, it will make that turn towards the northwest and then eventually to the north, taking it over Cuba, where we expect some weakening to take place. Now, how much weakening will take place, we do not know at this time, but certainly it will have some impact on it before it emerges in the waters of the Bahamas. But what we can tell you is that rainfall will be a major feature of this system, spreading into the southeast Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos Islands, beginning as early as Saturday and gradually lifting up the southeastern parts of the country. Some of these showers could be locally heavy at times, resulting in flooding in some areas. There are two scenarios. The more unlikely one takes it across the northwest Bahamas. We do not see that unfolding, but certainly a track towards the southeast and central parts of the country, very, very likely. So we're asking residents both in the central and southeastern islands to continue to monitor the progress of Melissa over the next several days, particularly as we head into the weekend. Temperatures around the islands, 82 degrees in Marshall, Barbacoa, Greenville at 80, Freeport, Grand Bahama, 80 degrees, the Berry Islands, 82, Allenstown, Bimini, 83, 83 also in Harbour Island, Roxanne, Eleuthera, 81, 82 in Otterstown, Cat Island, Black Point, Exuma, Kemp's Bay, South Andros, 84 degrees. Fresh Creek, Central Andros at 83. And as we take you a little further south, San Salvador and Rum Key, 82 degrees. Georgetown, Exuma, also 82. And then we get some 83s in Ragged Island, Clarence, Long Island, and Crooked Island. Betsy Bay, Maguana, 80, 80 in Acklands, Matchetown, Inago, 85. And the Turks and Caicos Islands at 86 degrees. Satellite pictures showing well-defined Melissa. With that pocket of showers and thunderstorms near the center of circulation, those outer rain bands already starting to spread its way into the southeastern parts of the country. So we're asking residents to do what is necessary to mitigate against possible flooding over the next several days. And our forecast for tonight, we're looking at partly cloudy, breezy, warm with a couple of showers developing late with a low temperature of 77 degrees. And tomorrow, partly sunny, windy again with a couple of showers in the forecast with a high temperature around 84 degrees. And extended weather forecast, we're going to have showers working their way off and on in our forecast right into Saturday. Sunday looks a lot better. Still very breezy as that system will be a little closer to the southeast Bahamas. And then come Monday, a few more showers again emanating from Melissa. And as we go into the early part of the week, more of those rain showers becoming gray skies with scattered showers and isolated thunderstorms on Tuesday and Wednesday. And that's going to keep those temperatures pretty tame as we can see some 65 popping up in the middle of next week. Carvel.
And as Basil continues to monitor the tropics for us, make sure to keep it here with the Bahamas tonight for the very latest. And that is our broadcast for this Wednesday. I'm Corval Pyfrom, and for all of us, take care, be well, and remember, we'll be looking to see you again right back here tomorrow evening. Good night.
At the House of Assembly, I'm Lakush Lapinder. This is ZNS.
You can